Welcome back to Wicked F150. So it's been about, 2 weeks? Today's Tuesday. Since my last video. And in that last video I said about the next one would be an exhaust change. So real quick, it's not going to be going real into depth with this, but it did not get done. It was supposed to actually happen this past Saturday, and I canceled the appointment because the appointment was Saturday morning at 9. At 3 o'clock Friday afternoon, I got an email from Ford stating that a warranty or a buyback or replacement was approved for my truck. If you have been following the channel, I said that I wanted the extended warranty because I love the truck. But the warranties that they were willing to offer did not fit what I wanted. So wife and I discussed it, and we're going to go ahead and do a replacement. I'm going to try and find the exact same truck, just a different engine. And hopefully that, I'll get one of the lucky ones and have no issues. But that's sometime in the making. I haven't heard anything since. So we'll see how that goes. But so I canceled the exhaust. The whole plan was, just so you guys know, I got a Flowmaster Series 50 muffler. It's the Delta Flow one, not the Pro Series. I believe there's one other 50 series make or model. But the one I got was the Delta Flow. Out of the 50 series, it is supposed to have the most noise. Listening to YouTube videos and anything that I could find on the different series mufflers from Flowmaster, I'm kind of partial. I like those. The 40 was it was a little too loud for what I want. Again, if you've been following, we're going on a trip from Oklahoma to Pennsylvania to go back home and visit family at the end of the month, and I don't want to drone at highway speed, so I chose the 50. But I was just gonna swap out the muffler and move the exhaust from behind the passenger side tire to in front of the passenger side tire, between the running board and the tire itself, and put a dual tip on that. I still have the muffler. I plan on putting it on the new one if that ever does happen. And hopefully it doesn't sound bad, because it will be more than likely an EcoBoost engine instead of the 5.0, because everything I'm reading, the 19s still have the issue. But every engine does have issues, so it's kind of the luck of the draw. But whenever that time does come, we'll see what happens. So, but I'm keeping it, and it will be put on the next one, so you guys will still see that video at some point. But I did find some good information. I think it's good information, because even though it's a truck, and any video that I've said anything about gas mileage before, there's always commenters that, oh, well, you bought a truck, you shouldn't have to worry about gas mileage. If you're worried about gas mileage, get a Prius or some shit like that. And don't get me wrong, everybody has their opinion, and those, especially the Prius comments, the smart ass comments, I mean, feel free to make them. Go ahead. It's free country, YouTube. But it doesn't affect me. I mean, I've driven cars, and not all of them had great gas mileage. I'm fully aware that I'm currently sitting in a truck, and they don't get as good gas mileage as a car. However, I don't want a brand new truck to get shit gas mileage. Okay? Now, I'm not expecting 30 miles a gallon. Okay? I'm not even thinking close to that. But when it's rated, which, yeah, I know, EPA, when it's rated at, I think, 20 or 18 city and 22 highway, and I'm not even getting 18 on the highway, that's a problem for me. And yes, it is leveled, and yes, there are bigger tires on it. But to get roughly 16 on the highway from 22, it should not be that big of a drop. That is a problem for me. So I try to keep track of my miles per gallon. You know, what am I actually getting? I usually run it on 87. I have thrown in 89 to see how that affects it. And when I have put it in, it's only gotten half a mile per gallon better than the 87. Kind of the cost and the miles per gallon kind of even out, so it really doesn't matter which one I use in this truck. It could affect anybody else's truck differently. That's neither here nor there. But to fix it, it's always different than what my dash says. Every time. Hand calculated, it is different every time. I wanted an accurate number, so I started hand calculating it, and there's actually a way to change how your truck figures out your miles per gallon on your dash. So it actually reads the correct, accurate number. So you don't have to hand figure it out each and every time. Now, anybody that doesn't know how to hand calculate their miles per gallon, reset your trip when you fill up your truck, and whenever you go to put gas back in, take how many miles you've driven by how many gallons you just refilled your truck back up, and that'll give your miles per gallon. If you really want to get into it, like really accurate and kind of OCD a little bit, when you fill your truck up, how many clicks do you put it past when it first stops, and do that each tank and stuff like that. But simple, just reset the trip, how many miles by how many gallons you just re-put in. But to change your dash readout for your gas mileage to make it accurate, you actually need to take hold on, let me think about it. I just did it the other day. So you take your hand calculated miles per gallon and divide that by your miles per gallon readout on the dash, and then multiply that by 1,000. And I'm going to show you why you multiply it here. When I did that, my last tank, my miles per gallon said 15.7 on my dash. I hand calculated it at 14.7. Again, hence why I have a mile per gallon issue. But hand calculated 14.7. So it was off a mile per gallon. So it came out to, when I divided it, it came out to 0.934, I believe. So multiply it, and it comes out to 934. And this is how you're going to change that. So you're going to hold the OK button on this side. Now, this is for a key. It is different for a push button. I don't have the instructions for a push button on the top of my head because I don't have it. So I didn't remember how to do that. If you do have a push button and you want to know how to do this, just go ahead and comment, and I will reply back with how to do it. I actually may just end up putting it down in the description so everybody has it, and you don't have to comment 1,000 times for the same answer. But just to reiterate, I do answer everybody's comments. But you hit OK, and you hold it in, okay? You hold that OK button in, and then you turn the truck on, okay? Let's do that for a minute. Okay, comes on, and you continue to hold it until the engineering test mode comes on. Then you can let go, okay? And then when you let go, it obviously pops up to the gauge test, and there's a huge menu in here, okay? And you just keep hitting OK to go through all the different, I guess, things you could possibly change. I have no idea. I didn't mess with anything, and I probably wouldn't unless you know what you're doing. You don't want to mess something up that shouldn't be messed up. But you get into fuel level, slow it down a little bit, and you go to this, the AFE Bias, okay? Now, to skip through all of that, just in case I missed it, you just keep pressing the OK button repeatedly to go through each menu there. Once you get to this one, I guess mine was 936, not 934. But you press OK to adjust, and then you just press the down arrow to go to whatever number you need to put in. And that's why you need to multiply by 1,000, because stock, that number is 1,000. So mine was 0.936, obviously. So I got to put in 936. And then that should give you an accurate readout. For the last tank, I just filled it up yesterday morning. And I did it the last tank. And when I checked it yesterday morning, hand calculated, it was exactly correct. For the first time in almost 13,000 miles, my miles per gallon was correct on my readout. So that is how you do it. If you have any questions now, and then of course that's all you do. You adjust it and then shut it off. That's how you save it, just to be clear in case there's any issues. But that's how you do it. I hope you found it was useful information. I'll keep you guys updated, and I do have another mod actually coming up. It's an easy one, quick on and off. So I am still going to do it to this truck, and then just keep the stock part to swap it back out whenever the replacement does happen. That video will be coming up here in a couple days. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a great week. See y'all later.